got to push a go live button in here. Okay, now we should be live, and you should see everything from the from your YouTube. Hey everyone, we're here with the live show that been promising for many weeks now. Been talking about during the other live shows, and we're about to introduce Rob. He is the founder and lead developer of Eloq, and you've probably heard my live shows the past few days. This, of course, is a brand new social media network. Obviously, it's one of those that's going to trump social media networks like Facebook. So without any more talking, let's just go ahead and dive in. We're going to introduce you to Rob, and we're going to walk through signing up for the Eloq Sandbox and the various exciting features that are available within Eloq. So let me flip over. Sandra, could you flip us over to the other camera? Thank you. Thanks, Sandra. Rob, this is Rob, the founder and lead developer of Eloq. Rob, could you tell the viewers a little bit about Eloq before we dive in and start playing with it?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Eloq is a new social network. So it's an alternative to Facebook and Twitter and Reddit, Snapchat maybe. But unlike the other social networks, Eloq is ad-free. There will never be any ads on it. Its business model is not centered or focused on showing ads at all. And as a result, it's also not going to have any of the intrusive data collection that other social networks have, especially Facebook and Twitter and so forth. So it's really focused on privacy. And along with that, there aren't going to be any algorithms that try to determine for you what content that you'll see on Eloq. So you'll be in control of what content you see. You also have control over what content you want other people to be able to see on a pretty fine-grained level. It'll be similar to Google Plus, or it is similar to Google Plus, where not only do you have followers and people following you, you can also group those followers and people you're following into smaller groups called circles, like Google Plus called them, and you'll be able to post to those circles, and those posts will only be visible to the people in those circles. There will be other features beyond that later on, and another thing that I'd like to point out is the level of privacy controls with your profile. You'll be able to determine the visibility of every individual field on your profile, not just your alias and things like introduction, date of birth, and things like that, your email address, your phone number. So it'll really be privacy focused. We really want to get away from the kinds of data mining, you might say, and just we're not trying to compile dossiers of people's activity on the social network, on Eloq, and certainly not off of Eloq either. In fact, the links that people share on Eloq will not have any tracking involved, at least to the extent that we can help it. I'm trying to think of what else to add. What do you think, Irish guy? You think that sums it up?
Well, I think it does. I mean, ultimately, I think what's the feedback from the viewers? I think that'll really tell us, as we step through this sandbox. And by the way, everyone, this login that I'm about to perform, this is signing up for the Eloq Sandbox. So, Rob, that's a great question. Viewers out there right now, if they want to log in and follow along with us and play in the Eloq Sandbox, how do they do that?
Well, right now it is invite only, so people won't be able to just sign up on their own. They'll need someone to send them invites, send them links that they can then use. Each link will have a unique code with it that one person can use to sign up.
So is there a code that I could generate after I create my account and post in the chat, and first person that clicks it?
And you could do that as many times as you want. But each link can only be used for one person to sign up.
So basically, it'll kind of be a race. Once I get signed up, once I sign my account up and share a link in chat, whomever clicks that link first will be able to sign up, and then I'll have to generate another one. Oh, that's fair enough. I'll generate as many links as we need here because this is going to be exciting. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. I'm going to sign up, and by the way, after I sign up, I will post a link within the live show's chat, and you can click it. Whomever clicks it first will have the opportunity to sign up for the live show, and I'll continue to post more links until everybody that's watching this live has a working link. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm Miguel, could you switch the let's switch the thing back to full screen here. Okay, that did it. I appreciate it. So now I've got full screen, and let's see, we're going to sign up. So this right here that you're seeing in real time, this is. Wait a minute here. I'm flipping this over to the other screen just for a second here. I'm gonna type this in and I'm gonna pull it back over. Let's see. Just generating a password here. That is nice, your password policy. I noticed that as I'm signing up. It says, it mentions the requirements. What are your password requirements?
It's got to be between 10 and 100 characters. We could increase the limit later on if we want. And then you have to use at least one uppercase letter, at least one lowercase letter, at least one number or digit, and at least one special character like exclamation point, @sign, #sign, $sign, %sign, any of the, if you hold down shift and then press a number key on your keyboard, any of those special characters basically.
Okay. And I'm going to pull this back over. I was just entering my information here. Okay, I got that in there, and then the alias, of course, will be IrixGuy. So again, these are my settings that I've entered. So
I don't know if it's showing up on the screen.
Oh, is it? Oh, there's a slight delay if you're watching the YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, we're more live than you. We're a few seconds.
Okay.
You should see it here in a second. So I popped it back over there.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, so we've got, let's see, yeah, it's up there. I can see it now. So this is how I'm signing up for Eloq, and it's a really simple process here. So basically I entered that information, and now I'll click sign up. And let's see, it says nothing here yet. Start following people to see your post. To see their post, rather. So
yep.
Just kind of looking through it here, and Rob, you step in and suggest anything. I guess I'll just kind of show off how slick the user experience is first. So you've got a menu on the left, you've got the feed. Obviously, I'm not following anyone yet because I just registered. You've got people, following followers, and circles. Circles is what Rob was mentioning.
That's right. And there are also a couple of items underneath feed and people. One's for invite, where if you click on that, you'll open up a dialog to either enter in people's email addresses or you can generate invite links right there.
You know what I'm going to do for starting out? I'm going to go ahead and post this first invitation in the YouTube live chat. So if you're watching this,
okay.
The link that's coming through, that is a link. That's a valid link that I just generated. If you click that, you can sign up for the Eloq Sandbox. And I encourage anyone that does to just type in the chat and say you did, and then I'm going to post another one. Actually, let me go ahead and post a second one here. Let's post a handful. And that way, now, do I just do create link, and does it make a new one every time?
That's right. Yeah, okay. You'll see it change every time you click that button. But the little copy button that's beside the create link button won't go anywhere.
So to put this in plain English for the non-technical audience, this is how you would invite friends to follow you once you're on Eloq. You would just go in like I did,
Sure.
do invite, and you can create a link and send it to them. It's that simple. So starting out right now, and I know we've got more people coming in the live audience. I posted, let's see, one, two, three, four. Let's go ahead and post a fifth one, and then that way we'll have a handful of them out. Again, this is first come, first serve. So, you if we run out of links, just comment in the live show, and I'll generate some more links so more of y'all can join the Eloq Sandbox. Again, Sandbox just means this is brand new. Rob, you can probably tell them more about that. I mean, this is not the 100% complete experience yet, right?
No, it's still a little rough around the edges. We're working hard to smooth out those rough edges. Fix any issues that are lingering. But the idea is to do that and work on certain other things before going live. But right now we're targeting sometime before the end of May to go live. That may end up needing to get pushed down a little bit, but hopefully not.
And speaking of that, the go live, you said you're targeting the end of May. People that choose to sign up for the Sandbox now, they'll be able to enjoy it. They'll be able to enjoy it now. It won't have all the features. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so everybody, it's in there. I posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links in the chat, or actually 5. I can't count. But when y'all go through those and sign up, and if you click one, you can't get in, let me know, and I'll generate a few more, as many as we need, and post them in the chat. So there's a suggestion option over here, still looking at the left side navigational bar. So tell us about this, Rob. Why did you add the suggestion, the suggest?
That's basically just for people to leave feedback. If anyone wants anything to work differently, they can certainly leave a suggestion about that. If they want to see anything else, they can add feedback about that. And also, as it says there, if anyone encounters any problems with Eloq, they're more than welcome to report those problems, using the suggestion feature.
And I guess this is something that your team actively monitors, right?
That's right.
Yeah, because I know, and I'll go ahead and throw it out. Request sent, Gabe. Welcome to Eloq, sir. And this goes to everyone else that's watching and wanting to sign up. Those are the links. You can click them. If they've already been taken, I'll post. Just ask, and I'll post more for you. And if you want some of them for your friends, tell me how many within the chat. I'll generate that many. I mean, let's keep it under 100. But
that might take a lot of clicking.
Yeah, so this suggest is an interesting thing, at least for me. And I'll go ahead and poke fun at Facebook because we're on YouTube and I love YouTube. But Facebook, if you've ever tried their help, you probably didn't get a response. And if you did get a response, it was probably a form response. And if you even got that and went to the knowledge base on Facebook, it was probably just a bunch of information that kind of sort of answered your question, but it really didn't. And I'm saying this from experience because with Facebook, I ran into some issues, never did get them resolved. I don't like Facebook. So that's why it's good to have a new social media network. And this is just being birthed. I mean, this is a sandbox. So, to have something brand new that's going to displace Facebook and provide people with a better social networking experience. I mean, this is great. And I mean, even down to the suggest. I mean, you're asking for your users' feedback, and that's huge. We got a little bell icon right here. Let's see what we got.
That's for notifications. You probably don't have any notifications yet.
Yeah, it says and granted, guys, I'm across the room from my screen, so I'm going to slide this over and read that, and I'll slide it right back. It says, Mr. Terrific asked to follow you. Well, you know what I'm going to do, Mr. Terrific. I'm not going to be Mr. Terrible. I'm going to follow you. So I click that.
Well, first what it'll do is it'll go to people, and then it'll, at least it should, and then it'll you should be able to see your follow
Oh,
requests.
wait, did I activate my account? Do I have to activate my account after signing up? Or do I?
You do. That's to verify your email address, and that what that does is it allows for us to send you emails, especially if you forget your password and you need to reset your password. You won't be able to do that unless you have a verified email address. But also, what you might want to do is refresh because you're already on the people part of the site.
Aha, there it is. See, that's why we got the lead developer on the line. The founder and the lead developer. See, we got Mr. Terrific. And I'm going to click accept. Boom.
Yeah. By default, you know, people have to ask to follow you, and then that lets you accept or reject your follow request. You can change that setting in your account settings so that people don't have to ask to follow you; they can just follow you, like on Twitter. But by default, and this is in the interest of privacy because not everyone wants to be followed, willy-nilly by anybody else. So just giving them an opportunity to decide who follows, who can follow them and who can't.
That's really cool. I'm going to temporarily pull this to my screen in front of me so I can see this. And I'm going to pull it back over to where y'all can see it. Because I'm going to show off the profile here. Let's see. See if I can. I'm going to add a profile image here. Let's see. See if I've got these on my desktop. Just going to add an icon here. Yep. So I'll pull this back over, and you can see here if you've. Oh, I didn't want to throw that over. I mean, there was nothing sensitive in that. It was just I didn't want to throw that over.
Yeah, when you're looking at your own profile, you'll be able to see everything that you put in. But like I said before, for other people looking at your profile on Eloq, depending on the visibility you set for the different profile fields, they may be able to see some of the fields, maybe none of them. You can set them all to private, in which case no one can see any of your information.
So to your point there, all that I've done so far, I've performed an edit. So if this is how user friendly this is. You can put, what do you call that? I know on Facebook it's a top banner, but what do you call that in your realm?
We call it a banner image.
Okay. So you call it a banner image. I can add a banner image. I've added my logo,
Yep.
the same one that I use on YouTube. It's just a PNG. Did a great job. Looks nice. With that down here, I can edit my personal information. So tell us about this. You've got what is that? Introduction?
Yeah. So we have. You can create an alias, you have the option to create an alias when you sign up. You can always change that later on, and by no means does that have to be your real name or even, a nickname or anything like that. You can do something totally random if you want. You have a tagline, which is just a short little blurb about yourself. An introduction would be a much longer amount of information about yourself. Location if you want, and there's no constraints on that. It's not like you have to follow the city, state, zip, or anything like that.
So tell me, let's stop you there and ask about
Sure.
this. So I just added introduction. I said I'm the founder and host of Irish Guys Adventure Channel, and then I went to privacy settings for that, and I set it to public. Does that mean that anybody, regardless of whether they're subscribed to Eloq or not, could see that?
That's right.
And then if I did all connections, would that just be people that follow me? Is that how that?
It's people who follow you and people who you follow.
Mm-hmm. And then what is private? Is that just nobody could see it?
Just you.
Okay, so I'm going to do public. I want everybody to see that. And then location. So location, I may not want to advertise my location to everyone,
Right.
but I may want to do it with people on Eloq that I follow. So I'm going to say, let's see, I'm currently in. Let me look at my background. I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Saint Martin. So I'm in Saint Martin, and then that's I'll make that private. I don't want people to know that. Here's my email address, and then my phone number. I don't. But if I did want to list my phone number, that would be nice because I could make it all connections, and then only people that I follow could see my phone number,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Not only that, but if you were to ever create circles, and by the way, circles are totally optional, as you can see. Google Plus, especially when they started out, they required
Hold on
you to
one
set
second,
up.
Rob. Chuck says, yes, this is good. I have people who annoy me that follow me. Talking about the privacy features.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's definitely good for that. Yeah. Um, yeah. Like I was saying, circles are optional. So, with Google Plus, if anyone remembers, if anyone's used it back in the day, they required you to set up circles right off the bat and then add people to your circles. And Eloq doesn't work like that. Eloq is, the primary way to connect with people on Eloq is by following them and by people following you. And then, as a layer above that, you might say, you can group people you're following and people who are following you into circles. And then from there, for profile fields and for posts, you'll be able to make those visible to only certain circles if you want, if you have circles.
Let's create a circle here in a minute. Let's just go through. So the other fields you've got, and you can select your gender. You can do male, female, or custom. I'm gonna do custom, and let's see. Now, how would I enter a custom gender?
Oh, there's a text box that shows up, and then you can enter, basically whatever you want.
Oh, the text box is. I'm sorry, I'm looking across. Oh, there it is. It was down below. I didn't scroll down enough.
Right.
So I'm just going to create a new gender. It's going to be called Irixius. So that's my gender, Irixius. Okay. So now that I've set my gender and I've defined these fields and I've got the privacy preferences like I want them, again, I've got this public. I didn't want to share my location, so I made that. Actually, you know what? I'll share my location with my followers. So I'll do all connections. My email address, that's private, even though I'm public to the world right now because I'm, helping you to unveil your new Eloq service. And phone number, I don't even, that's optional. I don't even have to add it. So I'm just going to say.
All of these profile fields are optional, except for email address and date of birth. You got to provide those.
So I did. So that's in the about portion of the profile, and then we move over to the post, and this is where I would add a post. Welcome.
Right.
I'm just gonna say welcome to the live show, and you know what? I'm gonna post a link to this live show here. So I would just do add a link, and I can embed a video.
Yeah, that's right.
Or would I would do the video camera.
That's right. Yeah.
So I do that in YouTube, and then I'm going to enter the live show URL here.
Small business.
Yeah, and this is what's cool about this because it's just, it's very user friendly. So I'm just going to copy in the URL for this live show that we're watching now, and obviously after it concludes, you'll be able to see this and play it back. So see, boom, there it is, and I'll do post. And I'm going to and again, privacy preference on this. Where is the,
Yep.
Do edit? I forgot to select privacy before I shared it. So here it is right here, all connections. I'm just going to make it public. I want everybody to see this.
Sure. You can do that.
So I do public there. And boom, that's public. So do I have to hit save or...
Yeah, you'll need to hit save after that.
It's grayed out. You need to refresh?
Maybe. It might be a bug that we need to look into right away.
Well, and that's a good thing, man, about a sandbox. I know your team is
Yeah.
all over all of this. See, yeah, it's all connections now, but if I go to public, Okay, it's working this time. It could be because for the purposes of this live show, I went into what's called an incognito mode within my browser, and that's it. That could be because that's saved fine. Now this should be public. So if you go to, and now is mine is would it to for people to view my feed, would they just go to this URL eloq.social/Irix guy?
Yeah. Yeah, they could certainly do that and then see all your posts right there. The ones they can see, so if they're not following you, they could only see your public posts. If they are following you, then they could see your public posts and the posts that you've marked as all connections. And if you have them in a circle and you have any posts that are visible to that circle, they can see those as well.
Yeah, and I want to hear in a second. Let's see, we got a few comments. Kyle C says, "Is there an app for my BlackBerry?"
Not yet, unfortunately, but hopefully before long. I mean, the first mobile platforms we're targeting are, of course, iOS and Android, but we can look into something for BlackBerry as well at some point before too long.
I think that was a joke.
Oh.
I think RIM has gone away. BlackBerry.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Who knows? They may make a reemergence. A reappearance.
Yeah, I thought they were still around in some way, shape, or form, but I could be wrong.
Well, I don't know. I don't use an iPhone. I still use my pocket PC, so I'm kind of behind the curve. Yeah, Gabe says, "I see it. Awesome." I tell you what we're going to do before Gabe says, Android first. Let me post a few more before we dive into the next feature set here. Let me post a few more. I got another follower request here. Let's see who we got. Or let's see, I got my bell notification went up. I'm sliding it over here. It says, "Mr. Terrific reacted to your post." So they reacted. So you can see that there in the status. And when I click it, that's a little notification. Now, can you delete these notifications, or do they just stack up?
Right now, they just stack up. To delete the notifications could be something that we look into in the near future.
And notice this. Notice how nice this interface is. See, when I expand the notifications, if y'all look at this white text area, when I expand the notifications, it kind of shadows out. So it lets you know, hey, you're looking at notifications. Then you can click here, or you could click the bell again to bring it back, bring it out. And you notice that a number popped up there. It was a number popped up that indicated I had a notification, right? Was it a number, or did the bell change color? The notification.
Oh, yes, there was a number that showed up.
So if I had let's say six unread notifications, that would show like a 6 there?
That's right.
That's cool. Yeah, that's slick. So Kyle says, will this mine the crap out of my data like Big Google?
Absolutely not. That is complete, data mining like that is the exact opposite of what we're all about. As I said at the beginning, this is about privacy. I personally don't like feeling like, Big Goog is watching every little move I make. This is meant to be the opposite of that. It's meant to be a private social networking experience. Private social networking experience that, we're our sort of tagline or byline is speak easy. That's exactly what this is about. Being able to speak easy. Not have to worry about, anyone watching what you say and scrutinizing your every move online. Even if it is right now just for the purposes of ad targeting, but who knows what it could be used for, in the future. So that's what this is all about. It's all about, sort of like providing a safe space, for people to have content and conversation.
Well, Rob, I posted another set of links. Let's see, I did 4 more links. Again, after everybody signs up, after those are no longer valid because you've signed up for the sandbox, just let me know, type in the chat, I'll post more. And also, you don't just have to request during this live show. After this show was live, you can watch the rerun, and if you're watching the rerun right now because you weren't able to catch it live, post a comment, and I'll post a link. And we encourage you to share this with others. And
Yeah, for sure.
so that's, and again, that's how easy it is. I'm going to generate another one right now. I just click generate link, copy, and then I paste it in the YouTube chat, in this live chat in this scenario, or you could text it to a friend or send it through an inferior social media network. Gabe says, will there be a dark mode?
Yes, absolutely. That is definitely on our list of things to do before go live.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get into the next things here. So we were looking at the profile earlier. I just had to toss out some more links because there's so many people signing up. Actually, there's so many people signing up. Let me get another handful of links before we proceed here. Again, I'm posting these, and obviously everybody knows because they're clicking them and signing up. So I'm gonna post more here. Do a handful more, and then, you know, when y'all join and you don't have a valid link to click, let me know, and I'll produce another one for you. Let's see. Gabe says, thank you. Talking about the dark mode. That is cool.
Oh yeah. That is a must-have. You know, before go live. We haven't had a chance to work on it just yet, but again, that is definitely something we want to get done before go live.
And you know what I think would be cool too, and I know today I'm kind of ill prepared, and you may be as well on your end. But I'd like to do some follow-up live shows where we showcase, and we haven't even touched the surface in the sandbox yet, so we're going to show a lot more. But where we have like an HDMI plugged into an iPad or an iPhone and demonstrate that experience as well.
Right.
So I think, you said your team's developing the app, but even without the app right now, it looks slick in Safari or your Android browser, Chrome.
Yeah, it's very responsive, I would say, in terms of its design. Responsive design meaning like a website design that accommodates both desktop devices and mobile devices.
Okay, we're going to hop over to, let's go back to the profile here. So I guess if I go to my profile, this is what people would see if I made it public, which the public one was this, so they'd see that. And then my friends would see St. Martin.
That's right.
And my email address would be hidden, and my date of birth would be hidden.
That's right.
My gender was public. So we got that. So now let's go to, is it following? Where do we go to find the circles? Oh, I'm going to ask to follow Mr. Terrific. There we go. Did an ask to follow. So the circles, where is that?
That is in a tab over from, if you go to the people part of the site, if you go to people, and then there will be a tab for circles on the far right.
So I could create a new circle. Let's just say I could have a circle for my YouTube viewers, and I could have another circle for real world people that I know.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
So I'll say like YouTube subscribers, and then I could put a description, people that follow my channel on YouTube.
Yep, and no one has to put down a description. That is completely optional, but it might help.
So I'd have that circle, and then I create another one. Real world friends. So people that I know in real life. And I'm not going to put a description for that because that's self-explanatory. So now I've got two circles created. So if I want to share, Gabe's got another question.
Yeah.
Is there an age limit? Can I sign up a kid?
No, you can't. Children are off limits. And that's why we collect date of birth, in order to try to ensure that anyone who signs up is, either at least 18 years old or, at least the age of majority in whatever jurisdiction they're in.
Great questions, everyone. Keep those questions coming. Speaking of that, before we continue with these circles here. And see, look at how slick this is. So I'm working on my circles, but I want to generate an invite or a few more invites. So I'm going to go in here and do that. And then I can just pop right back into the circle section of the Eloq interface there, which is nice. And see how easy this is? Look, just create link, copy. I'm pasting these into the live chat. Again, these links are valid once. So when you click, yeah, and that's why I'm creating more, because people are asking, man. I'm like trying to get these out there as quickly as I can. Now, the beauty of this is this: just like I'm creating these links, once you click a link that's valid, that hasn't been used, and you sign up, then when you're in your account, you can go in and generate an infinite number of links and share with your friends with your family. Yeah. So that'll help. I mean, I can share as many as I can, but I can't share links with millions of people. I only got these 2 fingers that work with this mouse.
That's right.
And I'm not going to type with my toes. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Man, yeah, well, there we go. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm just posting them as quickly as I can. So y'all need to help out, too. Go ahead and sign up for the Sandbox and start sharing these links. Help me out. Help Rob out. And let's see here. So, yeah, so to see, I can just click over here. See how that turned in? It created a shadow. Click there. I'm back in the circles. So, see, now I've got my circles, and that enables me to control which content which people see. So let's do an example. Let's showcase this. So I'm going to, and again, the world's watching this, so this is fictitious, but let's say I'm going to post something that only my real world friends would need to see. So to do that, and this is how easy it is to navigate here. To do that, I would go to, how do I get back to create a post? That's in feed, right?
There are 2 ways. You can either, at least right now, there are 2 ways. You can either go to your feed and click on the "What's New with You" text at the top, or you can go to your profile and go to the Posts tab and then do the same thing.
So the profile and then the Post tab. So that's option 1, or to go to the left and go to feed, option 2.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to say test post for friends, for real life friends only. So let's see, I'm going to drag this over here so it's across the room, man. I need a bigger studio monitor. So now, okay, didn't want to bring that over. Let's see, let me bring this back here. So this is a test post for friends only. So what I intend to do with this is only make people that are part of my real world friends circle see it. So I'm going to do that, and can I add an image after I've added text? Or can I?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, I'm going to pull this over, and I'm going to add an image here. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, I fat-fingered friends because I had this across the thing. So this is a real-life post for friends only. So then I would select, before I posted, I would select circles. This is what Rob was talking about, the privacy. So I can uncheck all connections, and I'll just do circles, and I'm going to uncheck YouTube subscribers. So in this scenario, and again, this is public right now because I'm on YouTube, but say I wasn't, I would select real world friends only, or the real world friends circle, or whatever you want to name it. And then when I hit post, only people that are part of that circle will be able to see it.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
And is that why I'm not seeing it now? Because I'm not part of the circle? Am I not part of my own circle?
You should be. Yeah, that might be another bug that we need to fix. Sorry about that.
Hey, and that's why this is a sandbox, man. Because You know, it's see, there it is. It's in post. And let's see. Yeah, it's there. Let me see if I go back to feed now, if it shows. The only one that's showing in my feed is the one I made public. As a test, let me make that not circles only, and let's see if it shows up in the feed. So I'm going to go to post, and I'm going to edit, and see now it's circles, but I'm just going to say make it public. So again, something for your team to troubleshoot, but if this shows up when I go back over to feed, which it did, so when it's public, it shows. Okay, we got a little button here. Let's see what this person said. Mr. Terrific asked to follow you, accepted the follow request. So we got Mr. Terrific. He's following me, and I'm following him. Okay, so now I'm going to set that back. Let's do this from the feed here. Let's see if I set it back from the feed to... Oh, was it my feed view? Is that what it...
Well, even if you have it set to all connections, yeah, I think...
See, it's public. Let me set it back to circles.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Sorry. Really, even if you have a post that's set to all connections, it should still show any posts that you have that are for only certain circles. Like, does that make sense? Where if you create a post, even if you only have it set to real world friends in your case, if you have all connections enabled in your feed, it should still show, I would think that it should still show that post. You know what I mean?
So was it the fact that I didn't... Oh, and Kyle, we're going to get to your question here in a second. Kyle just posted a really good question in live chat. So what if I do this? What if I do edit? Whereas, now see it. I'll have to go back to my profile, I guess, to edit it there. So if I did edit, whereas now I've just got circle real world friends only, do I need to also have all connections checked? Is that what's throwing it off?
No, it should be, I mean, the way it should work, I'm not, it may not be working correctly right now, but the way it should work is if you have all connections selected in your feed, you should be able to see, I would think that you should be able to see all of your posts. It's only when you have certain circles selected, then any posts that you've made that aren't visible to any of those circles that you have selected in your feed, those posts would not show up. Does that make sense?
It does. So yeah, so your team's got a small technical thing to work through on that. Well, it's good we found it. Yeah, that is good. And, you know, if this is something that you had found and it wasn't something that was found on the live show, what you could do is go here and go to suggest. And you could submit, speaking of that, are you make a suggestion for bug reports as well, or are you going to create a separate?
No, that can be used for bug reports as well right now.
Okay. Good deal. So that's how you would do it. And I'll just say, fix the circle not showing to feed. And hit send on that. Okay, so that's interesting. So we've got, let's see, there's Mr. Terrific following and followers. So that's really neat. And I go back to let's see. Well, Kyle had a great question. Kyle C. said, how's this thing going to be monetized? What can users expect? Ads, etc.
So we're not going to show any ads, like I explained at the beginning of the live stream. Showing ads goes against the entire mission and values of Eloq, I would say. But of course, a site like this can't be run for free. I mean, in theory it could, but I don't know for how long, especially if it were to get popular. So what we're going to do instead is once the site goes live, and after a 30-day free trial period, users will be charged a $4.99 a month subscription fee to use Eloq.
What other questions do y'all have? Well, we've got Rob here with us. And Rob, what else would you like to show off? Because I mean, I'm admittedly I created this account live on the air, so.
Well, one thing I would like to mention to follow up with what I just said, and hopefully to make it a little clearer. Right now in sandbox mode, if you get an invite and you sign up, it's free. Okay. On day one of go live, anyone who has already signed up while it was in sandbox mode, their 30-day free trial period starts right then and there. Anyone who signs up after day one of go live will also, from the day they sign up, get a 30-day free trial period. And then once your free trial period ends, that's where the $4.99 a month subscription fee would kick in. But along with that, those invites, once go live happens, those invites will still work. You can still invite people, and whoever you've invited, even if you signed up and while it was still in sandbox mode and you invited people, anyone who you've invited who signed up, and as long as they're active on Eloq, you get $1 off your monthly subscription fee. So that means if you have 5 people who you invited and signed up and are active, you get to use Eloq for free.
So, and I'm just going to try to, and everybody can read your website for all the nitty gritty, but at a high level, it sounds like if you signed up for Eloq and you had several friends and got them to sign up, that you could in essence have it for free, and then if their friends did the same, they could get it for free.
That's right. Yep.
So basically all you're doing is you're providing people with an ad-free service that does have a small, insignificant subscription fee, but if they actively share with others, get people to sign up, and their friends do the same, in essence, you're getting a free social media network that doesn't have ads that you can share with your friends, family, people at work, whomever.
That's right.
So exactly. In essence, it can the temporary perceived inconvenience of having to share with people is actually something you would do anyway when you sign up for Eloq. So if you just perform a little bit of legwork, you're getting the experience for free, and you're getting as many of your friends as you can on there, and they're doing the same, and that's pretty incredible. And again, so that's working around ads. I mean, you're not having to monetize the site with ads.
That's right. Yep. That is the idea.
And I know you probably can't talk about it right now, but I know that you do have some, and again, not advertisements, but you do have some other services that may be offered through the site in the future. Is that right?
Yeah, we're certainly thinking a little more, in the longer term about other things that, other features and services we can provide, down the road. That's all, none of that has really solidified yet.
Yeah, and that's, again, this is just the infancy of Eloq. I mean, what you've shared with everyone tonight, and what I've been able to log into and share with others. Speaking of that, we need more invites here. There's people pinging me. Let me share some more here in the live chat. And again, if you've missed these invites in the live chat, or if these have already been used, keep messaging me, and I'll generate more. And stay tuned to my social media, because I'll be posting these links periodically. If you don't see one that hasn't been used, just ask, and I'll post more. Tell me how many, and I'll post that many so you can share them, text them to your friends from your cell phone or whatever, or through your inferior social media network. So, yeah, man, this is very cool, and it's very clean to use. It's very fast.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, because there's probably some nerdy people out there too, you being the lead developer, how scalable is this product?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, we'll of course have to see. You know, right now, right now, we certainly hope it's scalable enough. I mean, gosh, I mean, given that it's in its infancy, we haven't looked too much into scalability yet, to be honest. We're more interested in solidifying the core functionality and starting to get people to sign up and start using it while it's in sandbox mode to shake out issues and get those resolved. But beyond that, I think I don't see us having any major scalability issues, at least for a while. It all depends on the rate of adoption, the rate at which people sign up. Um, you know, but yeah, I'm not sure what to add to that, to be honest.
It doesn't seem like you're concerned about the ability to scale.
No, I wouldn't say so.
And that's important because, I mean, especially, as this, and again, this is just a sandbox, but, when you get through the sandbox and it's even bigger, that's going to be, you want to make sure your team's future-proofed it, and it sounds like you have as far as scalability is concerned. So John says, looks good, excellent presentation, keep up the great work. Well, John, I will try to get Rob back here because this is just the, the introduction. I mean, this is the sandbox. This is seeing that sand and putting your toes in it. That's all it is. I mean, we haven't even got to the real beach yet, or got out in the ocean and got on the boogie board.
Just left the parking lot and just got our feet on the sand. That's true.
Haven't even cracked open the first beer out of the cooler. This is just.
Yeah, hopefully we get to do that before too long.
Yeah. Well, Rob, what else you want to add to this first live show?
I would say, anyone out there who's watching who hasn't signed up yet, I would very much encourage you to use one of the links. You'll know if it works if you don't get redirected to the login page. And I would encourage you to sign up and invite all your friends and other people really, the more people speaking easy, the merrier, I would say. And any and all feedback is good feedback. So please don't shy away. Once you sign up, please don't shy away from providing any feedback about things you like, things especially things you don't like, things that aren't working, or that you think should be working differently. All of that is invaluable to us. And from here we really can't go forward without you all, using it and enjoying it.
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting about this. I mean, obviously, Rob and I know each other really well in real life, and that's part of what it has piqued my interest in this. I mean, y'all know me as IRIX guy, and I love social media, this, that, and the other. But when Rob told me in confidence several years ago that he was creating this large social network, I should say, I knew it was going to be big, and without a doubt, as soon as it was ready, I'm like, hey man, I know I've been nagging you. I'm like, when's the sandbox going to be ready, dude?
I've been nagging myself, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but it looks good. Gabe said, shut up and take my money. That's what Gabe said. Well, Gabe.
Well, that is in no way the message I'm trying to convey here.
I think he means that in a positive way. He's saying it's great. He wants you to. He wants to go ahead and toss the subscription when you start. And again, there's no subscriptions yet because you're in sandbox mode. So, I think what we should do, if we can figure out a time that works for you and we can get a live show up, I think we, maybe have a question and answer session in a week or so, maybe in a week. After people have had a chance to experience Eloq, what do they like? What do they dislike? Have they found any areas for improvement that they haven't sent through the suggest link? Tutorials, I mean, you name it. I mean, we can do as many shows as you want to, but I think the best thing for everybody to do is just sign up. And
I agree.
And that begs the question, if somebody wanted to request a sign-up link or say, I mean, and again, you can go to my YouTube go to this YouTube comment after this live show concludes, post a question there, say, hey, can you send me a code? I'll post it. But what if they wanted to go somewhere directly to request a code? Is there an email address, or could they just go to Eloq on Facebook? How would you want people to request it directly?
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, I can't type anything in the chat. I'm actually not signed into YouTube.
I can type it. I'll type it.
But we do have a contact email address. It's just contact@eloq.social. We also have a Facebook page. If you just search for Eloq, ELOQ on Facebook, you should be able to find it. And we also have a Twitter account called Eloq Social. And you can follow us on there. You can like our Facebook page. Liking our, both of those things would also help out a lot to just, get the word out more. You can make a comment on a post of ours on our Facebook page. You can you can mention us in a tweet or DM us on Twitter. And of course, you can send an email to contact@eloq.social.
That sounds good, man. So, yeah, contact@eloq.social is your direct way, and then you also said Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
Well, Rob, it's been awesome having you, and everybody in in the audience has been awesome having the feedback. And Gabe says no MySpace.
Well, we'll circle back to you on that.
Remember when MySpace came out? We were in college.
Yeah.
And that was before Facebook.
You know what's funny? I actually joined Facebook before I joined MySpace.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. That was back in the days when Facebook was only open to college students.
Yeah. Yeah, that was those were crazy times back then. They had Napster, and we had let's see, what was it? LimeWire, and all those things came out.
Yeah.
It's changed, man. Well, this is going to change the social networking experience, or social. I guess I shouldn't say social network. What would you want to refer to it as? Is it a social networking experience, or
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
It's definitely going to change it, because you don't have all those ads and all that stuff to muck it up.
That's right. That's right. No ads. Another thing to note, which I don't think we covered earlier, is there are no. Well, I did mention this at the beginning, but I think it's worth repeating here. There are no algorithms that decide what to show you in your feed. It's all in chronological order, from newest at the top to oldest at the bottom. And it's just straight chronological order. So you don't have to worry about missing anything because of any algorithm deciding, oh, you don't really need to see that. If there are things you don't want to see, you can create a circle and put only certain people in that circle, and then have that selected in your feed. You only see posts from people in that circle, and posts that you make to that circle.
So to kind of dumb that down a little bit further, if you've ever been on Facebook, or I like to poke fun at Facebook because I hate Facebook. I mean, I've got a Facebook page, but I don't like them because they don't respond to my request. But if you've ever been on Facebook and you see these weird posts in your feed, or you might like this or whatever, you're saying that kind of stuff's not going to hit you on Eloq. Is that right? You see what you want to see.
Yeah. I mean, because for who knows how long now, Facebook and Twitter and so forth, you're scrolling through your feed, things aren't showing up in chronological order, and algorithms behind the scenes, because you like a post and then it decides, okay, we need to show IREX guy, so many other posts by that person, even if they're from several days ago, that sort of thing. And then all you see is posts from, only one or two people because you like their post, most recently. It doesn't work like that at all on Eloq. It's much simpler than that, I would say, but also it gives you more control.
Well, and I've noticed just from playing with this how fast everything is. I mean, it's not when I load new pages, it doesn't lag. I mean, it's very, very quick, and that's the case with and I've got it here on my iPhone as well. I mean, whether I'm using my mobile device or my desktop web browser like I am now, I mean, it's just really snappy. Oh, here's Mr. Terrific just posted. See, he posted a link there.
Allow
He just posted a YouTube video link. Mr. Terrific. So yeah, this is really cool, man. I mean, this. I'll be ready to get rid of. Once everybody that I know gets on this, there won't. I mean, I mean, there really won't be a need to use an inferior social media network. I mean, social network tool. Just because it's clean, it's lightweight, it's easy to use. But
Yeah.
well, Rob,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. We're about an hour in, and again, this is just the first of many live shows. So, tell me what you to all the viewers out there. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll work with Rob to make it happen for us. And this is this is solid, man. I mean, this really is super solid. So, Rob, thank you for joining, and let's see if I got the. Oops, that's what I wanted.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Everybody out there, if you haven't signed up for Eloq, be sure to do so. If you need a link, you can go to, again, the email address. Just email Rob's team directly. It's contact at Eloq, ELOQ, .social, SOCIAL, or message me in this YouTube video comments on my Facebook page, on my Twitter, or Eloq on Twitter, or Eloq on Facebook. And, you know, you can get a link for not only yourself to sign up for the sandbox, but for your friends and everybody else too. There's no limit to how many links you can request. So thanks everyone, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this sucker up. Rob, have a great evening, man.
Thanks. You too, Eric Scott.
See you, man.
All right. Bye.